Yashoda Nandana Vanachari Vanachari Ragamadava Vihari Radha, Madhava, Radha, Madhava, Radha. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Gita Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रयाजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद् बच्चन अरविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय। गुरु परंपरा की जय। गंधराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरुदेव की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So we're reading from chapter Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, text number 14. Matra sparshastu kaundeya sidoshna sugadukkadam agamapayino anityas tam tidikshasya bharatam. Word to word translation by his doing this is Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Matra sparsha means sensory perception to only Kaunteya, O son of Kunti, Sita, winter, Ushna, summer, Sukha, happiness, Dukkha, pain, Da, giving, Agama, appearing, Apayina, disappearing, Anitya, non-permanent, Tan, all of them, Tidikshava, Tidikshashva, just try to tolerate Bharata, O descendant of Bharata dynasty. Translation, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of the winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception. O Sriyan of Bharata, one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. So please repeat translation. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception. O Shriyana Bharata, one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Purport: in the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate the non-permanent appearance and disappearance of happiness and distress. According to the Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Maha, Margali Mas, January, February. It's very cold at the time, but in spite of that, the man who abides by the religious principle doesn't hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, the woman doesn't hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of Kshatriyas. Although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion only one can liberate himself from the clutches of Maya, illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharata signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both the sides, he is supposed to have a great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Sakshashurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Mugam Karodi Vachala Pangulangaye Degirim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyamishwaram Namavam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschate Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Sivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vancha kalpatarupyascha kripasindhupevacha patithanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. So, I very much seek blessings of His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Swami Maharaj, and I also seek the blessings of all the senior devotees assembled here, and I like to offer my obeisances to all the devotees assembled here. So this is a famous verse. So many times we must have heard this verse, but there are a lot of insights we can learn, lot of lessons we can learn from this verse, basically regarding the tolerance, tolerating the dualities, tolerating the sufferings. So it's very much applicable in our day-to-day life, in our modern-day life also. So we may face a lot of challenges, lot of problems, lot of obstacles in everyday basis. So we may not know, we may not able to find the solution, how to mitigate this sufferings altogether. So we may get perplexed and confused on those times. So all of us want to become problem free. In my life, throughout my life, problem should not come. So most of us will be praying to the Lord. So problem should not come. So there's a saying like life cannot become problem free, but if we want, life can become problem proof. Just like buildings. Sometimes buildings, it's very difficult to make buildings leak free from rainwater. But of course, we can make the building leak proof. So, some endeavors, some practices, by making some endeavors, by making practices, we can make the buildings as leak proof. Similarly, by little endeavor, by little practice, we can make our life problem proof. But it's impossible, it's highly impossible to make our life problem free. But we can make our life problem proof. So we don't have to become influenced by the problems. We don't have to become influenced by the sufferings. So it's very apt to sloka during this month because the winter season is going on. Winter season, we may be feeling cold. So when the winter season comes, so we may not like that. Why this cold? Of course, in South India, it's not much. But if you go to North India, it's very difficult. So it can come up to 1 degree, 2 degree, 0 degree, somewhere in Jaipur, Rajasthan, and Punjab, Haryana, UP, and all those states, maybe 4 degrees, 3 degrees, very difficult. So all the residents there, like they may be cursing, why this winter season is coming? And summer season will come, that also too extreme. Winter also too extreme, summer also too extreme. And summer time, it may go up to 48 degree, 49 degree, like that, in Rajasthan, Gujarat area. And then all the residents there, they will be cursing, why this summer season is coming? So they blame the summer season also, they blame the winter season also. And they blame the rainy season also. During the summer season, they blame rain is not coming, no water. So, and then rainy season time, excessive rain, full of flood everywhere, even in Gujarat. Sometimes we hear a story, and somewhere in the area nearby, like Valsad, recently 2 years before we heard the story. Everywhere, all over Gujarat is flooded. Everything. We often hear the story like this in Orissa, in Bengal, in Gujarat, in Kerala, of course. Many times we hear the story in Kerala also. So many times flooded. So, like sometimes we complain no rain, sometimes we complain excessive rain. Sometimes we complain about cold, sometimes we complain about hot season. Throughout our life, always we complain. We only know one thing, complaining. Complaining in front of Lord. You are reason, you are responsible, you are the reason, you are the culprit. So you are the reason. Generally, everybody comes. Similarly, happiness and distress. Whenever we experience happiness, we don't go and thank the Lord. Generally, we think that I am the doer. I did my hard work. I am getting results. Where is the Lord? Lord did not do any favor to me. I am the one did hard work. So during happiness time, that time also we don't give credit to the Lord. But when we suffer, that time we don't want to take responsibility. And then we go and blame the Lord. You are the reason. When success comes, we take credit for ourselves. When failure comes, we go and blame the Lord. I am not responsible. You are the one. You are the reason. Like that. So that's our nature. That's our Swabhava. So, but Bhagavad Gita and Krishna tells in this sloka, we have to change our Swabhava. So, we have to change our nature. So, we don't have to get disturbed. With happiness also, we don't have to get disturbed by suffering also. Happiness also we should not get disturbed. Suffering also we should not get disturbed. That's a message. That's a key message from this sloka. Because happiness and distress both are temporary in this world. Because this world itself temporary. This world itself temporary. What to speak of having different experiences inside the world? That's also temporary. We are also temporary. Our life is temporary. Our body is temporary. This world is temporary. Everything is temporary. So why you have to bother? Anyway, it's temporary. It will come and go. It will come, it will stay for some time, it will go. Happiness is also not permanent. Suffering also is not permanent. In fact, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mamupetya punarjanma dukkalayam ashashvatam nabnumandi mahatmana samshittim paramam gada. He says this place is meant for suffering. He never said in the whole of Bhagavad Gita, this place is meant for enjoying. Never said, Krishna never said in whole of Bhagavad Gita. This may be shocking for us. Hare, this world is meant for suffering. My God, that's the Krishna's message. This world is not for enjoying. What kind of message Krishna is giving? Completely wrong message. We are thinking that we are living our life for enjoying. This world is meant for my enjoyment. But Krishna is telling, no. This world is temporary. Only permanent world is spiritual world. Spiritual world where Krishna resides. That is a permanent world. In that place, everything is permanent. Therefore, it's called Vaikunta. We celebrate Vaikunta Ekadasi also on December 30 or 31st. Vaikunta. Kunta means miseries, anxieties. Vaikunta means the place where there are no miseries and anxieties. Why all the Perumal temples they are opening Paramapadam Vasal, Paramapada Vasal, Vaikunta Vasal. Why they are keeping it? Means everybody is very anxious to go through the gate. Everybody is anxious because that means what? Everybody knows this world is not meant for us. We have to aspire to go to that world. Everybody knows. Therefore, all the Perumal temples they open Vaikunta Vasal and Vaikunta Ekadasi. Everybody is anxious. I want to go first. Like that. Vaikunta Ekadasi, so much crowd will be there in all Perumal temples because Vaikunta Dwar is opened. At least in Vaikunta only there will be no sufferings. Everybody want to go there. But actually, by living a life, they are not realizing. They are also forgetting that. Vaikunta Ekadasi, they may remember. But other days they may forget. this world only. We have to settle permanently here. Permanently we have to. So as a spirit soul, so spirit soul has a nature, intrinsic nature. Everything he wants permanent. We want permanent job, government job. We want permanent home. Permanent home we want. Permanent car we want. Permanent job we want. Everything we want permanent. So that is because of soul is permanent. Atma is permanent. But that's not possible. That's not possible. Temporarily we may be allowed to live in that particular home out of hard work throughout our life. We did so much hard work, we built a home to live comfortably. But as a middle class man in this world, for building a permanent home, maybe it will take 25 years, 20 years, 25 years for a middle class family. 25 years of hard work, by the time he's already 50, 55, 60. Already retired. And will not be able to enjoy that home. Out of so much hard work, he built a home, but he will not be able to enjoy the home because of invalidity, because of old age. So that's life. So, like in Bhagavatam, in Srimad Bhagavatam, very nice explanation given, wonderful explanation is given. Like whenever suffering comes, especially to a devotee, especially those who come to temple, those who pray to Krishna, if challenges comes, that time our faith may get challenged. Our faith may get challenged. Hare, I am coming to temple, I am praying to the Lord. Why I have to face sufferings? Why I have to face challenges? Lord should solve all my suffering and challenges. Initially we may have that feeling. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, very perfect understanding of why the devotee is facing a difficulty or challenges. Very wonderful explanation is given in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9. So Bhishma Deva analyzes. Like he was in the bed of, he was in deathbed. He was lying down in the bed of arrows. And that time, like all the Pandavas, they already conquered, and Yudhishthira Maharaj already coronated as a king. And Yudhishthira Maharaj coming as a king along with all the Pandavas and along with all the rishis. They are also coming because Bhishma Dev is not an ordinary person, he is an exalted devotee of the Lord. He is a Mahajana, exalted devotee of the Lord. And very nicely it's described in Srimad Bhagavatam, when Yudhishthira Maharaj as an ideal leader is exhibiting ideal leadership quality. After killing 64 crores of soldiers in the Kurukshetra, Yudhishthira Maharaj want to take the responsibility solely on himself. I am the reason for killing all the 64 crores of soldiers, although it's not fact, because everyone killed. All the other Pandavas also killed. But Yudhishthira Maharaj is not thinking that sinful reactions everybody will share. Yudhishthira Maharaj being an ideal leader, I am the one has to face all the sinful reactions. Like that he went into a deep grief-stricken state. Very difficult. Whenever Yudhishthira Maharaj goes into that state, very difficult to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Krishna is employing so many sages, Vyasadev. Even Vyasadev could not pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. And Krishna himself personally tried to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. Still, Yudhishthira Maharaj not pacified. It's not that Krishna is not capable of pacifying Yudhishthira Maharaj, but Krishna have another plan. Krishna had another plan. Krishna wanted Bhishma Dev to pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. Krishna wanted to glorify the position of Bhishma Dev. So therefore, even Krishna also could not pacify Yudhishthira Maharaj. So all of them went, Pandavas, everybody went to Bhishma Dev's place, and Bhishma Dev was analyzing. Hare, you are all devotees. You are all devotees. Why you have to undergo so many sufferings? Because what kind of terrible sufferings they were undergoing. Terrible. Our suffering is nothing. Our suffering is insignificant. Our challenges are insignificant. What challenges Prahlad Maharaj went through, what challenges Pandavas went through, that is immeasurable. Unlimited sufferings. Countless sufferings. Because so much of injustice, unnecessarily they have to suffer. 12 years they have to suffer in the forest, and the Kauravas tried to kill all the Pandavas. You know all the story. By the house made of selak, they want to burn whole house, and they want to feed poison to Bhima. And then so many things they did. They tried so many methods to kill the Pandavas. One point of time they already concluded, when the house made of selak was burned in the forest, they already concluded. Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, inside the palace, they're celebrating. Wonderful, we'll have a big feast. They're all celebrating, it's a festival for them because Pandavas died. And when they come outside, in front of public, they are crying, oh, our dear Pandavas, we lost our Pandavas. Like that, crying, acting in front of everyone. So they are having a big feast inside the palace. That was the situation. They already concluded that Pandavas died. But somehow by the Lord's arrangement, they were under the protection of the Lord. They were under the protection of Brahmanas. They were under the protection of Bhakti. Bhagavan Bhakti Bhagavan Bhakta. Bhagavan Bhakti Bhakta. Because Vidura is a great devotee. Vidura went and told everything about the Selak house. Is going to get burned. So please be careful. Please try to escape. Like that. So Vidura is a devotee. And the Pandavas were protected by their performance of Bhakti. Pandavas were protected by Supreme Lord always. Because Krishna was always with them. So Bhishma Dev lying down in the bed of the arrows and he is analyzing. Aho kashtam aho anyayam yatyuyam dharmanandana. What terrible sufferings you have undergone. What terrible injustices you have undergone. Aho kashtam aho anyayam yatyuyam dharmanandana. Jividam nargada klishtam. Jividam nargada klishtam vipradharma achyuda ashraya. It is actually it's very astonishing. It's even astonishing to see how you are living. You are supposed to die long back. Because the Kauravas tried to kill all of you in so many ways. You are supposed to, you don't deserve to live at this time. So he's very surprised. And then he's telling, because you are protected by Bhagavan, Bhakti and Bhakta. Vipra Dharma Achyuda Ashraya. Because you have taken shelter of a devotee, all of you, because you have taken shelter of a Bhagavan, because you have taken shelter of Bhakti. Because of these things, you are protected. Still you are living. You became a king, still you are living. Like that. And then he is trying to analyze. Bhishma Dev is trying to analyze. What could be the reason for your suffering? Being a devotee, what could be the reason for devotees' suffering? And then he's analyzing. Maybe karma can be the reason. Karma. Previous life you must have done something wrong. That past misdeeds making you suffer. You must have done some sinful activity. Because of that you are undergoing karmic reaction. You are experiencing karmic reaction. Maybe because of that you are suffering. You were suffering. And then he is finally coming to another point. No, that's not possible. How? Because you are Dharmaraj. Yudhishthira Maharaj is Dharmaraj. If a Dharmaraj is subjected to karma, how we can define Dharma? How we can define Dharma? If Dharmaraj is subject to karma, how it is possible to define Dharma? What is Dharma is? Is Dharmaraj. Dharmaraj will never get subjected to karma because he knows what is right, what is wrong. He will never perform any wrong. So no chance. Karma cannot be the reason for your suffering. And in trying to analyze, what could be the reason, what could be any other reason is there or not. He is telling, he is concluding, he is analyzing like, and then finally coming to another point. Maybe Kala, maybe time may be the reason. Your time may not be good. Generally, we also go to astrologer, right? Whenever we face difficulties, challenges, we go to astrologer, and astrologer will tell all sort of things. Oh, Rahu is there in the 5th place. Ketu is there in the 7th place. Shani is there. You give my fees, then everything will be all right. Huh? Give my fees, everything will be all right. Rahu, Ketu will do favor. Give me some 10,000 rupees. I will make everything right. As if he is more superior than Rahu, Ketu, Shani. Huh? I will make Rahu, Ketu to go to different place. Not affect you if you give 10,000 rupees. So astrologer may say, your time is not good. Maybe 7.5 year Saturn, Eldranad Chani. Maybe you may be undergoing Eldranad Chani. People undergo Eldranad Chani. Maybe you may be undergoing 12 Varsha Chani. Because 12 years they were in Vanavas. 12 Varsha Chani may be there. Because of that you may be suffering. He was trying to analyze. Time may not be good. Sarvakala kridam manye bhavadam chayata priyam. Sapalo yad vashe logo vayu riva ganavali. Sarvakala kridam manye bhavadam chayata priyam. Sapalo yad vashe logo vayu riva ganavali. Time may be the reason. And then finally he comes to conclusion. No. Time cannot affect devotees. Time cannot influence devotees. Time only can disturb materialistic people. Time cannot influence devotees. Because he remembers whole Bhagavatam, he is a Mahajan. Mahajan, he remembers a sloka from Bhagavatam. Ayur harati vaipumsam udyan anyasta yanyasho tashyakse kshanonida uttama sloka vartaye. There's a nice sloka from 2nd canto. With every rising and setting of the sun, duration of everyone in this world reduces. Duration of life reduces by 1 day. With every rising and setting of the sun. Today, sun is set already. That means 1 day in our lifetime is reduced. And tomorrow sun will set and sun will rise and sun will set. Another 1 day it's decreased in our duration of lifetime. Another 1,000 days if it's there, we are destined to live for another 1,000 days. So sun is set today. That means remaining is 999. And tomorrow sun is set, remaining is 998. Slowly, 1 day will decrease. But this rule is applicable for only materialistic people. This verse says, this rule is not applicable for devotees because they are not bothered about this. Because they are completely absorbed in hearing and chanting the pastimes of the Lord. They are not bothered. They are not bothered about old age. They are not bothered about disease. They are not bothered about death. Even birth, death, old age, disease, they cannot influence. That cannot influence devotees. What to speak of time? Time also can't influence devotees. Because very nicely Vishwanath Thakur, great Acharya in our parampara, he says, even during Mahapralaya, that is, even Brahmaji, his duration of life is so huge. Even he has to vacate this material world. But the pure devotees want to remain in this material world, he can do so. That much allowance is given for a pure devotees. Who are engaged in hearing, chanting Krishna Katha, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, who are engaged in these activities, they are very powerful. They can keep the time under their control. Time and tide will wait for no one. This rule is applicable for other people. But the pure devotees can control the time. They don't get influenced by the time. So that much powerful. And then, so Bhishma Dev analyzing, time cannot be the reason for the devotee's suffering. Karma cannot be the reason, time cannot be the reason. What else could be the reason? What else could be the reason? And finally he's analyzing. Nahi yasya karigishit rajan puman veda vidit siddham yat vijiknashayukta mohyanti kavayopihi. The one and only reason could be why the devotees suffer. It is only due to inconceivable plan of the Lord. Full stop. Finally coming to this conclusion. Devotees suffer. Devotees face sufferings and challenges in their life that is only due to inconceivable plan of the Lord. Nothing else. Nothing else could be the reason. And Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, he writes in that purport, therefore the best policy is to abide by the inconceivable plan of the Lord without any argument. The best policy is to abide by the inconceivable plan of the Lord without any argument. Because sometimes we may, whenever we face challenges and sufferings, we may, as we discussed earlier, we may go to in front of the Lord and then we may blame the Lord. You are the reason, you are the cause, you make me suffer, etc., etc. Why you are making me suffer? I broke 108 coconuts in your temple. I did so many things for you, but still you make me to suffer like that. Generally, there's a tendency to go to the Lord, and then generally they don't come to the Lord. There is no Lord. If Lord is there, why he has to make me suffer? Even if they come to temple, they blame the Lord. So that's a tendency most of the people here they have. But the Bhishma Dev nicely explains. So it is inconceivable, especially for devotees. It is actually those who are coming regularly to the temple, those who are chanting Hare Krishna, those who are engaged in chanting and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, for them, it is due to inconceivable plan of the Lord. And Yudhishthira Maharaj immediately saying to Bhishma Dev, how you are saying plan of the Lord? Because Lord is there, because Krishna was also there with them at that time. When Bhishma Dev was lying down in the bed of arrows, Pandavas there, Krishna was also there. Everybody knows Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pandavas also knows, Bhishma Dev also knows. So Yudhishthira Maharaj is telling Bhishma Dev, Krishna is there right here. Both of us, let's go and ask, what is your plan for us? Why you made us suffer? What is your future plan? If you tell that, we can prepare ourselves. What's your plan before and what's your plan in future? So if we tell everything, then we can prepare ourselves. Like that. And the Yudhishthira Maharaj is suggesting Bhishma Dev. And Bhishma Dev is telling, in front of Krishna is all these things, discussions going on. And Bhishma Dev is telling, no. In front of Krishna is telling, no need to ask. He is telling even, no use in asking. No use in asking him, because if we go and ask him, what is the reason for our suffering, why you made us suffer, he will reply something, that reply will confuse us further and further. His reply will confuse us further and further. Bhishma Dev tells, I know what he will reply. Bhishma Dev tells to Yudhishthira Maharaj, I know what he will reply. He will say, after all, I am just a cowherd boy. I never went to any school or college. I never studied any Sanskrit sloka and all. I don't know anything. I am uneducated. I am a cowherd boy. After all, in Vrindavan, I was herding cows. I don't know anything. And you are a Mahajana. You are a great devotee. I know he will say this. And then we will get more confused. We will get more confused. Hare, we wanted to get some answers for our suffering, but he is telling something else. That will confuse us more and more. So no need to ask. Bhishma Dev is giving a final solution. What is the solution? We have to abide by the inconceivable plan of the Lord. Full stop. It is due to Lord might have some plan for us. Let it happen. Let it happen. So that's the message from this verse also. learn to tolerate. Learn to tolerate. Basically, Krishna is telling it is all based on sense perception. The happiness and distress and summer and winter, this is all based on sense perception. Senses are interacting with sense objects. There is no reality, there is no substance. There is no reality. Only happiness is also illusion in this world. Suffering is also illusion in this world. Prabhupada very nicely gives example how people in this world, they are trying to cover their suffering and they pose themselves as a very happiest person. No suffering, no challenges for me, I am happy, my family members are happy, we are wealthy, we are well to do, everything is there in our life. Like they laugh, publicly they laugh and then show that they are happy. Sorry, that's a natural tendency. So, but Prabhupada says, actually suffering is there. Suffering is there. He gives example, in the winter time, what we do, because not able to tolerate the winter, feeling extreme cold, that time we take a blanket and then cover ourselves with the blanket. And we go inside the blanket, and then after going inside the blanket, it is very nice. No, the winter time covering a blanket and sleeping for till 9 o'clock, it is so pleasing, right? Covering blanket and then very nice, very soothing and comfortable feeling. Because of extreme suffering of the cold, we are trying to make some endeavor to cover that cold. We are covering ourselves with the blanket. After covering ourselves with the blanket, we are saying that there is no cold. Where is the cold? Who said there is a cold? No cold. Hare, because of cold only you are covering yourself with blanket. After covering with blanket, we are saying no cold. Similarly, Prabhupada gives this analogy, example in explaining, everybody is suffering in this world. And they wanted to cover that suffering. They do something, they make some endeavor to cover that suffering. The people in this world, they have mistaken that endeavor has happiness. Endeavor to cover the suffering is happiness. So they are actually mistaken. They are misunderstood. So they misunderstood that endeavor has happiness. Actually, there is no happiness. Prabhupada very nicely said, the temporary cessation of suffering is termed as happiness in this material world. Very nice statement. When he gives lecture, during one of the lecture he says, temporary cessation of suffering is termed as happiness in this material world. He gives another example also for explaining this. So sometimes forcefully we can catch one person by hair and then forcefully submerging that person into the water, and then he will be suffering, not able to breathe properly, he will be suffering, like that. And then by the hair, you take him out of the water, and then you will feel, so I'm okay now. So great relax. I'm feeling so much relaxation. And then again he will be forcefully immersed inside the water, forcefully. Then again loss of breath and etc. suffering. And then again he will be taken out. So continuously, if you forcefully do for one person, whenever he comes out, he feels, I am happy, I am more peaceful, I am relaxed, like that. So that's the same thing happens. So Prabhupada explains this analogy, this material nature, in the material world, the nature of the material world is to make everyone suffer. So that's the nature. So material nature continuously is going to give us different suffering, different challenges. So some interval will be given. That small interval, people have mistaken that small interval as happiness. People have mistaken that small interval as a happiness. Very nicely Prabhupada explains. Actually speaking, there is no happiness. We can only have an illusory happiness in this world. Krishna very nicely explains. So only happiness, permanent happiness we will get. In this world also we can get happiness, provided if we absorb ourselves in hearing and chanting the names of the Lord, pastimes of the Lord. Very nicely in the Bhagavatam, so many verses speaks about that. Edati atura chittanam matras parsecha yamuhu bhavasindhu plavotrishta haricharyanu varnanam. Etati atura chittanam. Everyone in the world is burning with threefold miseries. Burning with threefold miseries. Adhyatmiya klesha, Adi Daiviya klesha, Adi Baudiya klesha. So, Adhyatmiya klesha means suffering caused by our own mind and our own body. Mind is always crazy, gives crazy ideas, always goes in the crazy direction, always acting like crazy. And body, so much discomfort we are feeling based on the body. And Adi Daiviya klesha, Adi Baudiya klesha. One is suffering caused by other living entities. So many other living entities. Even mosquito can harm us. Mosquito also can give us suffering. Sometimes neighbor may give us suffering. Sometimes our own brother, our own relative, our own friend may give us suffering. Our own family member may give us suffering. So suffering caused by other living entities. And then another suffering is, third suffering is suffering caused by nature. Earthquake, tsunami, corona, like that, so many things. So suffering caused by nature. So suffering caused by mind and body, suffering caused by other living entities, suffering caused by nature. Everybody is burned constantly with three miseries. But if they engage themselves in hearing and chanting the name of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if they engage themselves in chanting the name of the Lord, if they constantly hear the pastimes of the Lord from the Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita from the mouth of devotees, they will relish pleasure in that, they will develop a taste in that. As I said in the beginning, they can become problem proof. They can't become problem free, but they can become problem proof. So none of the problems can harm them. None of the sufferings, none of the challenges can disturb them, can influence them, because they're completely absorbed themselves in thinking of the Lord, in remembering the Lord. That is the only one solution. Because entire Bhagavatam, whole Bhagavatam says that. That is the only one solution. That one very nice sloka, it says, Ashesha Sanklesha Samam Vidate Gunanuvada Shravanam Murare Kimva Punasta Charanara Vinde Paraga Seva Radilatma Labdva. Very nicely explains. See, for example, like some people may have inclination to go to ISKCON temple for a program, and because we will get opportunity to hear Krishna Katha, we will get opportunity to taste prasadam, we will get opportunity to associate with the devotees. So I like to go. Sunday evening I like to go to the temple. That's called inclination. Either going or not going, that's different, that's secondary. But having a desire to go, that desire is enough. That desire is enough. Bhagavatam says, Asesha Sanklesha Samam Vidate Gunanuvada Shravanam Murare. Even the person have inclination to hear Krishna's message. What will happen to that person? Sanklesha Samam Vidate. Sanklesha means, in Tamil we say Sangadam. Manasil irukkudiya Sangadam. Unlimited anxieties in the mind. That will be destroyed immediately. We can get rid of unlimited anxieties from our mind. Just by having inclination to go to ISKCON temple, just by having inclination to go to temple and hear Krishna Katha, just by having inclination to go and associate with devotees, that inclination is enough. Then what to speak of actually, physically going to the temple? Actually, physically listening the message of the Lord from Bhagavad Gita. What to speak about that? Simply having a desire, that's enough. Because we chant a mantra every day before going to the puja room. We do Achaman mantra. Om apavitro pavitro va sarva vastam kadopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhagyam yantaro suchihi. Generally we chant mantra, we do Achaman before entering the Lord, before doing any worship, before touching any Lord's paraphernalia. Om apavitro pavitro va sarva vastam kadopi va yasmaret pundarikaksham sabhagyam yantaro suchihi. So whatever pure or impure may be, because many times our mind is impure, our intelligence is impure, intelligence is contaminated, mind is contaminated, whatever it is, one time, if we remember, anyone remembers Pundarikaksha. Pundarikaksha is one of the Perumal's name, it's Krishna himself. One time just remembering Krishna, that's enough. That will purify contaminated mind. That will purify contaminated intelligence. So, Ashesha Sanklesh Sam Gunanavada Shavana Murare Kimva Punasta Charanara Vinde. What to speak of those devotees? They completely dedicate their lives for serving the Lord and for serving the devotees. What to speak about them? So if you want to get rid of unlimited anxieties from our mind, we can just desire. First step is desire. Okay, every Sunday let's go to temple, ISKCON temple. So we'll hear Bhagavad Gita. We'll get a chance to hear Bhagavad Gita. We'll have a nice prasadam. We'll have a nice kirtan, nice association. Desiring. That is enough. And then Krishna is a Paramatma in sitting inside the heart. He closely watches all the desires in our heart. And Paramatma will sanction the desire. Okay, your desire to go to ISKCON temple is sanctioned. Upatrashta Anumanta Bharta Bhokta Mageshwaraha. Krishna as a Paramatma sanctions the desire. So then we come to temple physically, and then we get the opportunity to hear the pastime of the Lord. So this is a wonderful message given from the Bhagavatam, from Bhishma Deva's episode. Another example I want to quote from Srimad Bhagavatam in another next 10 minutes. What we should pray to the Lord. So whether we are experiencing suffering or whether we are experiencing happiness, whatever it is, what we should pray constantly to the Lord. So very nice explanation given in the third canto by Lord Kapila to his mother Devaguti. Lord Kapila is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appeared in Swayambhu Manvantara time. So he was teaching his mother Devaguti very nicely how the child in the womb of mother prays to the Lord when he undergoes suffering. Bhagavatam, great explanation given in the third canto, 32nd chapter, how the undergoes terrible suffering. At the 7th month, every child gets consciousness. Consciousness is developed. Very terrible suffering. Such a dark place. Constantly got arrested inside that. Can't able to move also. Now, mosquito bite means we can do something. We can just kill the mosquito, or so many tennis bat is there. Just to put the bat, you can show bat like this, all mosquito will get killed. But the child has to pass urine and stool inside the same small place. And from that stool and urine of a child, so many worms and germs will come and try to bite the child. It's all mentioned in Bhagavatam. That time child cannot move. Can you imagine situation? The mosquito is biting and then we can't move. We can't do anything. Just imagine the situation. So many worms and germs will try to bite the child. Very difficult. So child knows that I am completely arrested in the dark place. Last 3 months, 7th month to 10th month, child will realize. First 6 months child will not know because consciousness is not developed. 7th month onwards child will know. I am undergoing terrible suffering. That time child will offer prayers to the Lord. If he is a fortunate. If he is a fortunate. What is maybe fortunate child? The Bhagavatam explains. The fortunate child means, in his previous lifetime, he must have rendered unknowingly some service to a Vaishnava. Some service to a devotee of the Lord. He must have rendered some seva. That's called Ajnana Sukruti. That's called in English accidental fortune. Accidental fortune. Knowingly, unknowingly, he must have rendered some seva to Vaishnava, some devotee. Some must have helped something. Because of that, he developed, he became fortunate. That fortunate jiva prays. Oh Lord, very intelligently prays. Oh Lord, my dear Lord, this is a terrible place, terrible suffering I am undergoing. Please make me out of this womb. Please. He is begging the Lord. And then after some time, he is realizing, but if I come out, the suffering is more terrible. Because Maya is there. Because in the material world, so many attractive things are there. That attractive things will make us forget the Lord. That is more suffering. That is more terrible. So many attractive things are there. So many cinemas, so many nightclubs, so many things, entertainment zones. So they all make us forget the Lord. That is most terrible suffering. The child intelligently prays, no Lord, I don't want to come out of the womb. Please keep me inside the womb itself. Because if I come out, the Maya is attacking me. That's more terrible. And another realization, next realization child is getting. Now child is getting confused now. What to do? Oh my Lord, I don't know, I'm confused. Whether to be inside the womb or whether I should pray to come out of the womb. Inside the womb also I am suffering. When I come outside of the womb also I will suffer because of forgetfulness of the Lord. Because this world is filled with forgetfulness. So I am just confused what to pray. And then child gets intelligence. Very intelligently prays. Oh Lord, wherever you want to keep me, that's up to you. You want to keep me inside the womb or you want me to come out of the womb? That's up to you. I am not going to pray for that. I am going to pray whether you keep me inside the womb or whether you take me out of the womb. I exclusively pray unto your lotus feet. Please give me shelter at your lotus feet. I should remain sheltered unto your lotus feet. Wherever you keep me, no problem. It's up to you. Whether you keep me inside the womb, whether you keep me out of the womb, that's up to you. You decide. But all I want is, please give shelter at your lotus feet, wherever I am. That is intelligent prayer. That's an intelligent prayer. That's a permanent prayer, intelligent prayer. So generally, as a devotees, so we also have to pray to the Lord like that. Please, I want to remain sheltered at your lotus feet. So whatever you want to do with my life, you do. Whatever you want to do in my life, that's up to you. You can do whatever you want. But all I want is, please give me shelter at your lotus feet. Whichever condition you keep me in, please give me shelter at your lotus feet. That's the intelligent prayer. But the Bhagavatam says, the unfortunate child, till now we discussed about the prayers of the fortunate child. There are so many unfortunate child is there. That child thinks in the mind. That child thinks. That child also knows. When I come out, I will be given 100 years. This whole child knows. You don't have to think that child is ignorant. Because Bhagavatam says, child, we are not seeing as a child, it's a spirit soul. Spirit soul in the form of child. He knows that 100 lifetime will be given to me. 100 lifetime, 100 years of my lifetime, that will be filled with material enjoyment. After all, these 3 months, I can tolerate these 3 months of suffering to enjoy 100 years. I am not going to pray anything to the Lord. These 3 months of suffering is nothing, because I will be given 100 years of lifetime to enjoy fully, to the fullest, to the extent. Till the last breath of my life, I will be given opportunity to enjoy my senses. So I am not going to pray anything to the Lord. So unfortunate child thinks like that. But the fortunate child prays, oh Lord, you want to keep me inside the womb, you want to take out of the womb, that's up to you. I want to remain sheltered at your lotus feet, always. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also prays, Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavadat Bhaktir Ahaitvi Tvayi. How many lifetimes I have to take in this material world, that's up to you. You decide that. But how many lifetimes, whichever lifetime I am taking birth in this material world, in all those lifetimes, I should have association of devotees and I should have opportunity to practice bhakti. Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhavadat Bhaktir Ahaitvi Tvayi. Unconditional devotion service I must be able to perform. Unconditional devotion service. Without any condition. Without any expectation. Without any expectation, without any condition, I want to practice bhakti. That's a prayer offered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, also in Sikshashtakam. So, so whenever challenges comes, suffering comes, so we have to remember these wonderful insights from Srimad Bhagavatam, and we should know that obstacles cannot obstruct one's absorption in the Lord. Obstacles cannot obstruct one's absorption in the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj was inside the womb. Narada Muni, all of you must be knowing Prahlad Maharaj's story because you might have watched the Mahavatar Narsimha film, recently has come. So Prahlad Maharaj was in the womb of Kayadu, his mother. So Narada Muni came and taught entire Srimad Bhagavatam. Whole Bhagavatam he taught. And Prahlad Maharaj was hearing. The mother slept. Kayadu slept because of tiredness. But the sound is coming. Narada Muni closing his eyes and giving lecture. Sound is coming. Like that. Sound comes from the child inside the womb. So Prahlad Maharaj inside the womb, that's a great obstacle. But Prahlad Maharaj's absorption in the Lord cannot get obstructed. So that means what? And Prahlad Maharaj, we all know that Prahlad Maharaj has undergone terrible suffering, terrible torture by Hiranyakashipu. But he was constantly remembering the Lord. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Constantly is chanting. So what happened to all the sufferings? What happened to all the tortures? It could not do anything to Prahlad Maharaj. Sufferings could not do, sufferings and challenges, all the Ragu and Ketu and Shani and bad time, all those things will never do, cannot obstruct our devotional service, cannot obstruct our devotion to Krishna. So we have to develop such a faith. Oh Lord, I am not going to give up chanting. I am not going to give up chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I am not going to give up practicing devotion service. I am not going to give up hearing Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. If that is there, that's all. Whatever challenges comes, whatever suffering comes, actually we don't have to get bothered about anything. We are completely, we sold ourselves in this direction. We completely absorbed in hearing and chanting. Where is the time to think about sufferings and challenges? Hare Krishna. So time is up. So Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Kandaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Kori Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. We don't have time. It's already 8:30 is over, so we'll skip the question time. So we thank His Grace Sankarsan Gaura Prabhu enlightening on the Sunday evening.
But they can ask questions leisurely also.
Yeah.
Privately.
Prabhu is available here. If anybody wants to personally want to ask any questions, you can, after the session, you can do that. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all. Kindly request to be seated for a few minutes till the announcements. So we welcome all for this Sunday evening program, which happens every Sunday evening, starting at 6:15 with Arati and Kirtan, followed by a Bhagavad Gita Pravachan, and followed by Prasadam. So we kindly request everybody to join. So we have from the Bhaktivedanta Academy run by ISKCON Coimbatore, we have various courses on Shastric things, Bhagavad Gita, in English, Tamil. So you can register yourself with the help desk which is near the gate. We do these courses every cycle, 2-month cycle on Tamil and also in English. So you can take your time, go and register in the help desk. Our next course on Tamil is 18-day Bhagavad Gita course is on January. So then also we have Gita-thon, the courses which are done in the schools. More than 5,000 children have registered. So you can participate in this by donating or distributing Bhagavad Gitas for this. And today, the Sunday feast is sponsored by 2 families. The Prasadam is sponsored by 2 families. Jawahar Prabhu and Uma Maheshwari Mataji, on the occasion of his son Arun Kumar's birthday. And also we have Dr. Hemalata Bhaskar and her daughter Mrs. Sridevi are here on the occasion of Dr. Hemalata's birthday. So they can come forward and receive the Prasadam garland and take the blessings of the lordships.